I hope everybody can see that. My Chime, my browser that's showing Chime.
Yep.
Okay, so I just want to remind everyone that the login you need to use to get into your CRM is chime.me, because some still go to chime.com and it's a different one. I think chime.com is a bank. So what we use to log into Chime is chime.me. So usually if you're unable to log in, it's just usually a password problem. So if that happens, you can reset your password, or if you forgot what your username is, you can send me an email and I'll look it up for you, and then I'll give you your username. And then you can reset your password once you have your username. So this Chime or the CRM has a really cool feature that's we believe is very helpful. And usually this feature, you will find it here in this, there's this question mark at the top, and just go to Learning Center. So this Learning Center has all the videos that you need, all the information that you need. Basically, this is their onboarding. All these videos are just short, and once you finish this, it will help you get started on Chime. Usually when you log into Chime for the first time, when we create your account or when we send the invite and you receive the invite, once the first time you log in, you're going to see a little pop-up that will take you directly to this Learning Center. And if you exited that, you rejected that pop-up, you can go back to this Learning Center by just clicking the question mark here and then just go to Learning Center. For all other topics, you can also go to Help Center or Show Me How, but we suggest, or we highly encourage everybody to go through these videos under Learning Center, because it has the basics and everything you need to know to use their CRM. So, and also we can track completion.
So one of the reasons, that I had Rollins show this is because if somebody says they don't know how to use Chime, I feel like I can log into your account and look at your learning completion. And if it's zero like this, it's because the person didn't watch any videos to learn how to do it. And it's really organized as a step-by-step to learn how to use it from the ground up.
Yep, that is correct. So one of the very common questions that I get is how they get leads, how do they use basically this CRM? Well, first of all, if you go through these videos, you'll get the answer to that. But in a nutshell, this CRM, actually, you don't need to buy leads. Actually, you can remember that there's through your Chime, you get a website. There are two kinds. Two kinds to this website. That's the one which is basically a mirror of NRG's website, and the other one, which is the full website that you have to pay for $30 every month. But what you can do with this website is that every time you post something on Facebook, you can actually include your URL. Sorry, that's just my browser because I set my firewall to maximum setting. So every time you post your listing or anything, any kind of advertising on your Facebook, you include your URL. So if you have the website, which is a mirror of NRG's website, then you have, instead of team here, you'll have something like your name and then .nationalrealty.com. If you have the full website, then you have the ability to use your own URL here. Otherwise, you can also go to your GoDaddy, for example, and just forward your personal domain to go to your Chime website so that it's not too long. But the point is, if you go to Facebook, for example, and then you advertise it, you just sold the listing, and then you have a big following, and that you include your URL. Every time that person goes to your Chime or to your website, then they'll be able to, it's going to prompt them to put their information, and when they put their information, you'll be capturing them as a lead. And once they're in your CRM as a lead, you can send them emails, you can send them texts, you can send them market info, or you can put them in a drip campaign. It doesn't have to be, it doesn't always have to be marketing, but when it comes to drip campaign, you can send them holiday greetings, just so they know that you're out there. So that's about Chime. I think Randy has announcements.
Information. Anybody can Google or YouTube coal information. Switch my battery quick. Basically, it's a database, and with Chime, you can actually take out the data and use it easier because Chime will help you run a campaign. So it's kind of designed whereas if you maybe have a listing or maybe you just want to farm in an area you live in, they got over 70% accuracy that you're going to get a valid homeowner's email, phone number, or mobile phone. So home phone, mobile phone, email phone, and they guarantee the accuracy of it of over 70%. So if you had a listing or just an area that you want to market or an apartment building, you can go in here. There's a video that I sent out yesterday. So maybe, Roland, why don't you just play that video?
Okay.
It basically shows some of the outline of how you would do a search. A couple key things I thought is for anybody that's doing foreign language, targeting the like maybe Spanish speaking, you can actually have it pick the dialect that you prefer to market to. So the other key thing is you can pick credit score and you can pick how long somebody's lived there. So if you want to pull up a list in an area, you don't have to just pull the list. You could go in there and say, well, I just want to talk to people that are been here for at least 5 years, trying to hone in on whether or not you think they're going to move. So I'm going to tell you guys something else that's even smarter, but all this stuff, the other stuff, you're kind of on your own to spend some money. If you want to do this, that's a really key artificial intelligence program that's out there. So let's just, the free stuff first that I paid for is the Core Realty. And inside Core Realty, there's a database that you can pull. So one of our agents did this, and he pulled enough clients' information out of it. Why is this happening to me? He pulled enough client information out of it to have, he wound up making about 200 calls and made about $80,000 from buyer and seller stuff. As Eric Wandersee, I remember a few years ago. So what we've done in the past is we pooled agents together that want this service, and we've had them co-op the agreement with us. Like I know Blake Wallace uses it every year. And then this year I just decided that I'm going to buy it and then share it with everybody. So
Hey!
I don't see anything. I can't use my mouse. I need help if I want to do this.
Yep.
Okay, my mouse is working.
Okay. I need to
Okay,
see.
so Zoom. I'm going to share my screen again.
Whatever it was, I think I borrowed your
Mute whoever that is.
Yeah, I'm trying to mute.
just listening to office stuff. So coming along, huh? Yeah.
Let's see.
Yeah, got out last night.
Okay, there.
Okay, so my screen's not back on how to share my screen either. I don't have that little control bar.
You'll have to let me share screen. No, this will stop other sharing screen. I'm still seeing your screen. It says red.
What one?
Still showing the listing on Chisago Lake.
Okay, perfect. So if anybody wanted to, this stuff is easily available at YouTube. So I'm going to show you 3 things. Everybody posts their stuff on YouTube. So let's see. We're going to look at Cole Realty information. Now we'll find their channel and it'll tell us basically, here's the product overview. So I think the best thing is let's see, if I show this quick product overview, it'll show you guys exactly what you can do when you get into this service. Now, instead of, we could give out the user password, but it might be easier if you go, I want this criteria, and have Francis You have Francis pull it up. So now I have to figure out how to share audio.
I can hear. We can hear. I think we can hear the audio. It's talking about Samsung now.
Yeah, but I think, okay. Do you hear it through the program or is it through my speaker? That's not loud, right?
I can, let me.
Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to share with everybody this link so you can go watch it on your own time. We don't need to tie everybody up with a video. So
Okay.
I'm going to copy the link and here, I'll put it in the chat. I want you guys to watch this. If anybody wants to utilize this service, go ahead and let us know, and I will engage with that. So there's two links I gave you, one for 40% off of CE and another one for this YouTube thing. So instead of, let's see, instead of dwelling on what this offers, you guys can all see it. I think you get the gist. You can kind of look at them, prospect, pull, list, put them into Chime that I bought. And then tell Chime to reverse prospect these people with some campaigns like moving out of an apartment building or whatever you want to do, or selling your house, and then hopefully develop some leads absolutely for free, because Chime gives the ability for you to email and text. So if you have a listing, ideally you could pull a radius around your listing. If you just want to target around where you live, you could do that, or an apartment building. So you could take an apartment building, pull everybody with a 700 or 680 plus credit score, and then mail them and target your list to people who are qualified. So the next thing I'm going to show you, I'll just stay in YouTube, is Adwerx for real estate. So what I did is I ran a campaign for the company that will have commercials on TV and Facebook, Google, and other advertising like Instagram. And so because I have this platform, any of you that want to increase your business and spend a little bit of money online, Adwerx is simply probably of the best because they focus on real estate agents. And so their campaigns are all revolved around real estate agents. So it's not just a company that is trying to dabble into the real estate arena and trying to come up with ads for you. Either through Adwerx or through Chime, they both have real estate focused ways to develop buyers and sellers for you. Yeah, that's Adwerx. So, if anybody wanted to get there's no reason to go through them. I have the enterprise version that you can see on the left of the screen. And so it gives anybody that's at the company a platform now to get 15% discount. But the beauty is the free thing that you're all going to get anyways also is that listing presentation should help you close buyers and sellers, because it's possible that depending on what you got going on, that we can put your listing on these ads. So there's something else I want to show you that's a money thing, but it's very powerful. So say when we go back and you guys get the information off of Cole Realty, and Cole Realty then lets you say, okay, I want to look at sellers that have a decent credit score, maybe. But more importantly, that's for buyers, but you want to find sellers that have lived there for 5 years, because the odds that they might be moving soon. Well, that's just a guess by Cole Realty Resource. And the fact is they don't have any artificial intelligence, but it's like, well, what else can they offer? I mean, that's a reality thing that people move on average every 7 years. And so if you go in there and look for anybody after 4 or 5 years, hopefully they're closer, right? So there's a company out there called Revaluate.com. So go to Revaluate. And this Revaluate is like a hidden secret. And I don't know if anybody knows, you can give a thumbs up on here so I can see if you know about it. But what this does is if you take your database of whatever, 200 people, I don't remember, I have to go back and look at the numbers, but I think it's something like 14% of these people should move every year. So out of 200 people, that's 28 people. Now, I think this has somewhere around a 45 or 55% accuracy that the 28 people it identifies will move within a year. So there somehow you can go and click learn more and things and dig into the software. or show some screenshots around. But the what this does is it kind of digs through the internet, and whether you think it's creepy or cool, it works. And so it goes in and somehow it's kind of watching people's behaviors and what the websites are on, and like Google tracking and all that stuff. So if somebody's posting on Facebook that they're having a baby and the software finds out they live in an 800 square foot apartment, it's probably going to trigger them. There's some things that they use called like diamonds, diplomas, diapers. All these things are indicators that somebody's going to wind up moving in, out, or up, or down. And so if anybody wants to, so, it's one thing to say, oh, I got this database of 200 people. I mean, I can't call 200 people all the time. That's a waste of my time, right? It kind of is. And we have to prospect if we want to find business. But with software like this, it can take those 200 people, narrow it down to the 28 people that you might want to touch on. And it doesn't mean call them up and say, I heard you're moving. It just means you're a real estate agent, and those are the people you want to initiate a conversation with, however you want to. Has interest in this, I can set up a master account. So, okay, scroll up a little bit. You can see that it integrates with Chime. So they've got, looks like they got a whatever you call it, a plugin so that this can automatically take your information from Chime back and forth and show you the best leads. But this is the smartest software I've seen in years, because like I got a lot of people in my database just from over the years, and I don't even know a lot of them, but they're in there. But they're like one off from somebody. Maybe I met them, but I don't really know them. But software like this to be able to bring up, I can't tell you how many times over so many years you find out somebody just moved and didn't use you, right? So I think those are the 4 things I had, or 5 things. The winter promo for your CE, that'll save you some money. The Chime demonstrations, the coal information database that you can pull out of and put them into Chime and reverse market. And then Adwerx platform for us to keep moving forward, and this Revaluate if anybody's interested. I would unmute everybody and see if anybody has any questions.